Ferrari are bringing one of the biggest upgrade packages of the 2026 season to Miami, and if early indications hold up, Mercedes have every reason to feel uneasy. 3 races into the year, after the Silver Arrows have run away with everything, the Scuderia have effectively rebuilt half of their car during the 5-week break, and what is emerging from Maranello points to the moment this championship fight finally cracks open. Welcome back to Racecraft. That pressure is the context for what is rolling into Miami this weekend. Paddock insiders are now describing this package as the debut of the first truly complete version of the SF26, and effectively, what Ferrari raced in Australia, China, and Japan was a partial car. What lands in Florida is the real thing. The headline piece is the so-called Macarena Wing, a 270-degree rotating concept of the active rear wing under the 2026 regulations, and Ferrari first trialed it in practice during the Chinese Grand Prix earlier this season. Fred Vasseur came up with the nickname because of the elaborate flipping movement, which genuinely resembles the dance. The Shanghai debut went badly, and Ferrari abandoned the wing immediately after that weekend due to reliability concerns. Lewis Hamilton publicly admitted that the team had rushed it through to be ready for China before the design was properly developed, and that admission marked the end of the original Macarena. What we are seeing in Miami is a completely different beast. Engineers at Maranello have revised the mounting pylons so they sit at a more inclined angle compared to the earlier version, and the design change is aimed at redistributing aerodynamic load when the flap rotates. Those pylons now momentarily increase load on the rear axle during transitions, which represents a meaningfully different philosophy from what failed in China. A new aerodynamic element sits at the center of the flap, likely shaped to stabilize airflow and maintain consistent load through the rotation. The end plate now features a dual upward curvature design, which increases local downforce while also improving airflow interaction between tire wake turbulence and the diffuser. That word, diffuser, brings us to the second major piece of the package, because this upgrade goes well beyond the rear wing. Ferrari have reshaped the diffuser fences and added a new flap that acts as an extension of the diffuser itself, and combined with the revised end plates on the Macarena, the team are targeting one of the most performance-critical areas of any modern Formula One car. Even small gains in rear-end stability through this combination would change how aggressively Leclerc and Hamilton can attack high-speed corners. The floor has been overhauled as well. A second vertical element has been added to the floorboard, while the 3 horizontal strakes appear to have been adjusted to clean up airflow management. Under the 2026 regulations, where ground effect remains absolutely central to lap time, a revised floor is rarely a small change, and this is not the kind of update teams bring to chase half a tenth. Then there's the front wing, where Ferrari have introduced a revised vertical flap on the end plate area that appears designed to generate outwash, helping guide turbulent air more efficiently around the front tires. Photographs taken at the Monza filming day make the front wing changes look subtle, but the development direction points to a stronger focus on controlling airflow separation at the front of the car. One more detail has slipped under the radar, and it is genuinely fascinating. The upper rear arm of the front suspension on the SF26 now features a variable mounting system, which means engineers can adjust the angle of the arm depending on setup requirements at each circuit. This concept echoes a solution Mercedes used in past years, and it gives Ferrari a flexibility tool they did not have through the opening 3 rounds. Track-to-track adaptability has been one of the things separating Mercedes from the rest of the field, and Ferrari clearly want to close that gap as well. Aerodynamics are only half the story, because Ferrari are also rolling out a heavily revised software package focused on energy management. The update brings new deployment and harvesting strategies, plus updated algorithms specifically designed to prevent Leclerc and Hamilton from suffering excessive performance losses due to extreme clipping. Energy management has shaped the early phase of this 2026 season more than anything else, and with the FIA having just adjusted superclipping limits ahead of this very race, the software change could quietly turn out to be the most important element of the entire package. It is the only power unit-related upgrade Ferrari can realistically deliver in time for Miami, and it is far from trivial. Here's where the story takes another turn, because Ferrari are not the only team that views the Macarena concept as the future. Red Bull have already copied it, and during an unexpected filming day at Silverstone on April 22, Max Verstappen ran an updated RB22 carrying a version of the same rotating rear wing concept alongside revised side pods and a modified front wing. Reports from the tests suggested the package could deliver a straight-line gain of 5 to 10 km/h. McLaren have also been linked to a similar rotating rear wing direction, which means Ferrari have inspired the entire grid with a concept they themselves abandoned after one race weekend. Now they are racing back to deploy the refined version before their rivals can perfect their own copies, and that is a genuinely remarkable position for a team that has spent the season being beaten comfortably by Mercedes. Pulling it all together for Miami this weekend, early data suggests the revised Macarena Wing alone could deliver a power gain in the region of 6 kilowatts. That number sounds modest on paper, but in Formula One terms it is meaningful, contributing not only to higher top speeds but to more effective energy distribution throughout the lap, which translates into better tire management, better overtaking opportunities, and stronger pace over longer stints. Combine that gain with the floor, the diffuser, the front wing, the suspension flexibility, and the new energy software, and you have a package that genuinely looks like a different car. The catch is that Ferrari are not alone in bringing upgrades. McLaren team principal Andrea Stella has confirmed that across Miami and Canada, fans will see an entirely new MCL40 with a focus heavily on aerodynamics. Mercedes themselves used the brake to refine an already potent chassis and advance a development package that had been in the pipeline for some time, while Red Bull arrived with their own major rebuild. Williams, Aston Martin, and Cadillac all have new parts of their own. Almost the entire grid is bringing meaningful updates this weekend, which means Ferrari's gains will be measured against a target that keeps moving. The real reason Mercedes are worried. Here's the thing though. Mercedes spent the brake refining, not reinventing, while Ferrari spent it rebuilding, and the SF26 was already a strong chassis underneath the power unit deficit. If the aero package delivers what the simulations suggest, and if the energy software unlocks even a small portion of the lap time currently lost to clipping, then the half-second gap to Mercedes does not have to be closed in one weekend. It just has to start closing. A podium fight in Miami, a genuine challenge for pole in Canada, and suddenly the conversation is no longer about a Mercedes runaway. It is about a championship with 19 races still to play. That is what genuinely worries Toto Wolff and his team. Not the package itself, but what it represents. Ferrari are no longer waiting for 2027. They are bringing the fight to Miami this weekend, and they are bringing more of it than anyone else on the grid. We will be covering every session live, with full analysis on Friday's sprint qualifying, Saturday's sprint race, and the main Grand Prix on Sunday. If you want to find out whether the Macarena finally delivers on its promise, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss a single update. Drop a comment below telling me whether you think Ferrari can break the Mercedes streak this weekend, and we will see you in the next one.